Luffy, the One Piece. Okay, listen. I'm Brandon LD. You might have seen some of my other content before. If not, all good. This is completely unrelated. So if you're not interested in what I'm about to talk about, what you saw in the title, understandable. Get on out of here. Now, for all the real homies out there, listen to me. Recently got into this thing called manga. Now, at first, I was an anime-only dude. I was like, yeah, Naruto, Tokyo Ghoul, One Piece, Evangelion, whatever. All good. And then, I discovered manga. Now, I've always known about manga and everything like that. I've known that manga was the source material for most anime. I've always seen some panels from different manga before. I was always super interested in it, but I never got around to reading it myself. Now, with all of that out of the way, I want to talk about my experience so far reading manga, the ones that I've liked the most, and the ones that I would recommend to people that I think are great starting points for you. So here we go. It was about 4 or 5 months ago when I was talking to one of my friends named Jerry. Shout out to Jerry. He really put me on everything, really. Manga, I'd known about, but I was like, okay, I'll check this out. I know Jerry reads, so let's see what his recommendations are. So I was asking him about Berserk. If you've read Berserk, you know how good it is. Like, it's... that's a whole other video in itself, and I don't want to go on a rant, so we're gonna breeze over that one, but we're gonna come back to it at some point. Just know, Berserk was my first manga. I read it. I'm all caught up. And I love it. It was so good. Push that out of the way. Moving on. So I really just started reading a bunch of manga. And I didn't want to go straight into a bunch of, I guess you'd call them mainstream. I don't know what you'd call those. But the typical shonen, read Naruto, reading My Hero, reading One Piece. Although all of those are fantastic. I love My Hero. I love Naruto to death. And I definitely loved One Piece. But I'm not caught up on One Piece. Not even close. I just started. I'm like chapter 100 plus at this point. Long way to go. So after reading Berserk, I just found that I liked the more dark, gritty manga, the things that don't look super anime. Although I do love things that look super anime. You know what I'm talking about, in that typical art style. I do really like shows like My Hero, manga like My Hero as well. I love the art for JoJo's, which is, we'll talk about JoJo's in this own video. But I branched away from those typical art styles when it came to manga because I wanted to experience the source material for these things in such a raw way. And that's what really pulled me into reading manga a lot more than watching anime. At this point in time, I don't really watch anime anymore. I'm going to get back into it, but reading manga for me is just my favorite way to enjoy the medium at the moment, if that makes sense. After branching off, finding all these different manga and reading them, kind of completing some of them, catching up on a few, having only really caught up on Berserk and wanting to catch up on Hajime no Ippo, which is its own video that we will talk about separately. But my journey with manga has been fantastic. I've yet to find one that I haven't liked. I've definitely picked up a few, read it, and I was like, seems like this one's a slow starter. I'll come back to this later. But I still liked the initial panels and whatnot that I saw. Moving forward from all that, manga came to me in a point in my life where I feel like I really needed it. And that probably sounds very weird, but it's true. I picked up manga about 4 or 5 months ago at a time where things in my life were just getting kind of wild. You know, some things were going great, some things were going terribly. So that roller coaster was just a tough one to sit on, if you know what I'm saying. So I just wanted to take a step back and enjoy something during all this chaos. I picked up manga just as an escape route, I guess. Just something to enjoy, to just kind of turn my brain off and just get really immersed into a story and enjoy what I was really just getting into. And I've always loved things like video games, movies, TV shows, anime, whatever. But during that time, playing a game or watching a show or a movie really just wasn't what I needed, if that makes sense. It didn't take my mind out of that wild area that it was at that time in my life. So when I started reading manga, specifically Berserk, and this is why I really truly have a lot of love for Berserk. I started reading Berserk. I go through the Black Swordsman arc and I'm like, this is crazy. Right after the Black Swordsman arc, you get thrown into the Golden Age arc, and it's very long, and it builds up so much story, and then it just goes crazy, and then right after the Golden Age arc, you're just thrown right back into the current time, I guess we'll call it. I'm trying not to spoil some of these things because it's so amazing. And then just going through that whole trip with all the characters that you're introduced to, everything that happens throughout the story. Guts as a character, his character progression is incredible. Again, no spoilers, you really need to read it for yourself if you haven't. The art, Miura is a god with the pen. He is. He's gotta be. I don't know if he's human. He can't be. Have you seen his art? From chapter 1 to chapter, I think we're on 358, something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. The art's incredible. And finding Berserk at that time in my life was a blessing. It really was. Because I just got so into it. I got so invested. I read day in, day out. Every single second of free time that I had, I was reading Berserk. Putting that to the side, Berserk really did help me through a very rough time in my life. Manga in general, because Berserk was my first manga that I ever read. It helped me a lot get through something, like a period in my life that was really tough. And now I've overcome that, and I can enjoy manga, enjoy life, enjoy everything. Everything's great. Things are awesome. And I really just wanted to make this video to share my love for manga and share my love for art in general. Reading manga made me want to draw, so I picked up a digital art pad and I just started drawing in Photoshop, and it's been a blast. I really love it. And manga's introduced so many new people into my life that I didn't know that would also be into the same things that I am. So I really have manga to thank as a whole for the experiences that I've had and just how my life changed when I discovered it. And I really do truly love some manga. Peace, peace.